Hello and welcome to the Autocar show from the top of the world. Well, that's what this beautiful place is called in the city of Vancouver, and I'm here to drive this. Now, BMW insists on calling it a sports activity vehicle, but this is really the car that puts sport into utility vehicles. SUVs is what I'm talking about. Now, this is the third generation BMW X5, and we're here to take a closer look at it. From the outside, the design changes are more evolutionary than revolutionary, but let's get under the skin and see what else is different. On the surface and at a distance, it looks all too familiar, but get closer and you will notice the changes. The twin circular headlamps now merge into the broader kidney grille, and there are new sporty looking side vents that are not only for style but functional too. But because the updates to the X5 are more to the core, there's not so much visible on the outside. The body in white has been reworked to make it stronger and lighter. There are changes to the contour lines, added air curtains, and for the first time on a BMW model, there are the aero blades on the rear window, all of which make it more slippery with a very respectable drag coefficient, which in plain English means it's got better aerodynamics. Where the changes are very noticeable are on the inside. Well, on the inside, it's quite a refreshing change. The interior isn't as bland and staid as it is before. There's a lot of play with colors and textures. The dash top is in leather wrapped with grey, there's wood, there's the light beige all around. This all makes it look much richer, much more modern. And of course, that integrated display in the central console has given way to this tablet-like screen which has crystal clear resolution on it, and the iDrive button has gotten bigger too. Now that's for a reason, of course. Touchscreen is something we've all seen, but this iDrive actually has recognition of letters, so it's big enough so if I draw a letter B, say in my phone directory, it draws up all the names under B. There's also the forward-facing camera, which is handy for parking situations, and you can also have the mini-style ambient lighting, which can be set to different colors. The fit and finish is all top-notch, and the textures of wood and leather really plush. On the whole, I think the interior has moved forward in leaps and bounds, and it's no longer the staid, functional dash. This one is stylish. At the back, there's a nice, large size boot, and as you can see, we've stacked it up quite well. If you don't want people to see the stuff, it's got a nice cover. And the split tailgate makes loading really easy so you don't have to haul things over it. And of course, if you have too many packages in your hand, it closes electrically as well. At the other end of the bonnet, you will get two engine options. 3-litre straight-six diesel, which now produces 13 bhp more, putting out 254 bhp. And the 4.4-litre V8 petrol, producing around 40 bhp more at 442 bhp. Not only are they updated in power, but they have been tinkered and tuned to be more efficient and refined. So let's get the show on the road. ZF gearbox really never fails to amaze me. It keeps the car always in the right rev range. And whether you're ambling around in traffic or you want to get a quick move on a highway, just put your foot down, shifts down in a flash. The shifts are smooth, quick, and seamless. You have power whenever you want it. It's punchy, it's torquey, and when you put your foot down, it gets this nice throaty growl when it revs hard. Makes it sound really sporty, and it just reels you in to the car in front of you. This engine and gearbox seem perfectly mated and make driving a whole lot of fun. The beauty is that the power comes in as low as 1500 RPM and there's really little or no lag, which means you will never find yourself looking for more power. In fact, the 0 to 100 has dropped to a really quick 6.9 seconds. The earlier version did it in 7.5. I also drove the petrol variant for a bit. Now you really have to hold yourself back in this one from breaking the speed limits. It's smooth, refined and quick. But it's as comfortable ambling in the city as it is being driven flat out on a highway. The petrol really lifts the adrenaline levels and you need the restraint of a saint not to stomp your foot down on the pedal all the time. Both engines are refined and smooth and the cabin's well insulated to all sounds from the outside. Now, for those with one eye on the fuel gauge and the other one on their wallets, there is the EcoPro mode. In EcoPro mode, the engine management, accelerator response and transmission characteristics are adjusted to support a low RPM fuel-efficient driving style. It also programs the electrically powered functions to be energy efficient. And it has a coasting function too. This decouples the engine from the powertrain whenever the driver lifts off the accelerator at speeds between 50 and 160 km per hour. And it doesn't apply the brakes, allowing the engine to coast without engine braking to maximize efficiency. But driving in this mode is like there's a giant hand holding you back. And with the kind of power that these engines offer, it's no fun. The X5 just wraps itself around you and even on narrower roads, never feels too big from behind the wheel. And it's not only the way it feels from the inside, it's the way it tackles the road too. As you can see, I'm really having fun around the corners and it's just something the way this front end turns in, just digs into the corners, balance is beautiful. And it's not a typically heavy BMW steering, so I thought it would feel a little light, but it offers good feedback and you can really have fun chucking this car around corners. It begs you to push it faster and faster. And you can do that till you scare yourself silly. But even if you do, don't worry, there's a host of traction nannies to keep you safe. The list of safety systems can go into pages, but there's literally every kind of braking system, all-wheel drive, lane departure, traffic jam assistant, and it goes on and on. So when I did stretch my luck on a few emptier sections of road, I found the X5 stays on the tarmac like it has scotch tape under its wheels. The handling of this new X5 is truly, like the ad says, pure joy. Now, BMW have never really claimed the X5 to be a true blue off-roader. But they had set up a small course for us to test its skills. We got to test the X-Drive system with its various functions that uses information about road speed, wheel speed, steering angle and accelerator position to interpret the driver's intentions and what the car is doing. It then adjusts the power split between the wheels to offer up optimum traction. Needless to say, this X5 gobbled up the Grade 2 difficulty course with ease. What a perfect setting to a perfect driving day. It's been loads of fun with the third gen BMW X5 and it offers you just that. Dollops of the BMW experience, performance, power, handling, and yet it combines it really well with comfort and luxury. Now, it may not be a true blue off-roader, but it does offer you that sportiness with lots of practicality. The icing on the cake, however, is the sheer way it involves you from behind the wheel.